secrets that we'd always try. Guess that makes us both liars, lying. Even when it wasn't good, we tried to play along, pretending that we were strong. Had to move you to the fire. So cool, all the games that we used to play. Sit around and plan on all our future days.
Hey, what is going on, guys? So today is the day that I finally do the video that has been most requested on the channel. An updated mods list of everything that I have done to the car. Now, it's pretty much coming up on a year since the last time I did one of these videos. Well, it was the only time I ever did one of these videos. Well, let's jump right into it. We'll start off with engine stuff first. And it's kind of funny because in order for me to open up the hood, I have to pull this little lever since, you know, I have a gutted interior and all that. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. It looks stock. Outside of a K&N air filter and oil filter, really nothing much done outside of this little Perrin inlet tube. Down there, you guys can see the Tomei unequal length header. And for those of you that don't know, the two most common choices for headers on our car, the FRS, are equal length and unequal length. The unequal length gives you that notorious boxer rumble that everyone wants, while the equal length basically makes it more raspy, but overall gives you more power. Matched up to the unequal length header from Tomei, I have the Motiv Concepts Overpipe, which is that pipe right there, leading into the Motiv Catless front pipe right there, all routing to the Tomei 80, the big boy fart can. Back up to the motor because there's one thing that I actually forgot. I have the Radium Engineering dual catch can setup. I actually should probably drain this. I know there's quite a bit of oil in there, but I actually just checked this the other day and, you know, there was nothing. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the engine is completely stock. I am tuned by the one and only James Martin over at HRI Tuning. I promise you guys, if you go to him for a tune, you will not regret it. He is a super smart guy. He knows the ins and outs of these motors, and he will make sure that if you get tuned, he'll have your car running right and safe. Especially for all of you boosted guys. And no, I'm not sponsored by him. He's just an awesome guy and I'd super recommend him. He uses EcuTek software, which is exactly what I have used on my car. And let's see, to complete out the front end, I have custom painted headlights that I did myself. I personally think it makes the front end look a lot more aggressive and it gives that JDM look that everyone likes. Let's jump right into the suspension. I am running the PBM Comp Coilovers. Front spring rate is 8K, rear spring rate is 6K. I believe that is their standard setup. They're basically a company that specializes in parts for drifting, which leads me right into the PBM Angle Kit. That basically allows me to have all of this angle that you see. Now, it is important to note that with this much angle comes sacrifice. You might be thinking this looks like a really thin tire, and you're right. But I need a smaller tire up front in order to gain clearance from rubbing on all parts of the car. You can actually see here, I noticed it earlier, see this little metal piece that's coming off? It's because on full lock, the edge of this tie rod likes to rub on the wheel. And let's see, what else? Stock sway bar up front that mates up to the front lower control arm of the PBM kit, and stock brakes. Now the wheels in the front and the rear are 17x9 plus 35mm offset Enkei RPF1 in the SBC color. But the effective offset is a lot different for the front and the rear. Since I have all of that angle up front, I needed to space out the wheel even more to keep myself from rubbing. I have 27mm worth of slip-on spacer up front on ARP studs. I know some of you guys are thinking that it might be dangerous to run it that way, and in a sense, you guys are correct. But it has not caused me any troubles in the, let's see, year that I've been drifting on the Angle Kit. And on the rear, same width wheel, same offset, but with a 25mm spacer. To finish off the wheels, I got Enkei SR48 lug nuts in burning blue. I think they complement the SBC color of the wheel, really nice. Then again, that's just my opinion. Let's move on to the rear. Please don't mind how dirty the car is. I need to wash it, I know. But as far as everything on the rear, I cut out the rear diffuser of the car because I am supposed to be getting bash bars made for the car. I just haven't had the time to actually do it. I have my stock tow hook painted in a red color because I was bored one day. And underneath, let's see here, I have the Megan rear diff brace, the PBM lower control arms, and a Megan rear tie brace. I have the Whiteline subframe inserts. I would really like to go with a solidly mounted subframe, but that's a lot of involved work that I haven't had the time for, but I definitely plan on doing that in the future. And of course, running stock sway bar. Now for some things that you cannot see on the car, since I don't have it up on a lift or anything, I have sideways fab solid transmission mounts, which gives it that notorious whine that everyone loves. Makes it sound like I have a supercharger when I really don't. And Cusco solid engine mounts. So the whole drivetrain of the car is super solid, which makes clutch kicks that much more effective. I also have the Perrin shifter bushing and EcuTek shift springs, which both I highly recommend. They'll make your transmission shift buttery smooth. I love it. Guess it's time for the interior. Starting off with the seats, they are bride seats, believe it or not. And no, they are not reps. This is a collaboration seat between Cusco and Bride that they did, I think it was a year or two ago. I don't remember. But these seats, both of them were on sale. I got them for about $1,400 shipped for both, which is pretty good considering that, you know, they're legit seats. Got RaceQuip 5-point harnesses without the 5th point. Need to install those, just haven't gotten around to it. It's super scary, the submarine effect is bad. I know, I need to get that 5th point installed. So don't harp on me for that. And of course, I have my FD Spec roll cage with SFI approved roll cage padding. And actually, I am missing intrusion bars that I do need if I ever want to compete. If you guys have been longtime subscribers, you all know the process that I went through to get the cage. But overall, he did an awesome job. And if any of you guys in Florida are looking for a cage, hit him up. His name's Justin Thigpen. I'll put a link down in the description if any of you are interested. My Cusco spin turn knob, or drift knob as everyone calls them. I have the stock cracked shift knob. Don't know how that happened, but not too concerned about it. And since I don't have any more interior lights, I just have this thing that I picked up off Amazon, nice little touch sensor on it, just so I can see the car at night when I'm about to hop in. And probably one of my favorite aesthetic things, well, probably the only aesthetic thing that I've done to this car is my custom stickered up roof. I think it gives it a nice personal touch. I have convex side view mirrors, since, you know, I am kind of restricted to turning my head whenever I am strapped into the car. Last but not least, I can't forget the electrical tape job done by my friend Joan. And it's actually smart that you do this because in a high traffic area, such as the top of this door bar, you're always going to be accidentally hitting it with your feet when you get in and out of the car. And this will just keep, you know, the actual paint nice and clean. And for those of you that do not know, yes, I still have AC. The drift events in the summer in Florida can be unbearable. And it is so nice to just pop on AC before I go out for a run. And let's see, what else am I forgetting? I am running Motul 300V oil in the engine and Motul Gear 300, 75, weight 90, transmission and diff fluid. Ooh, okay, I really hope I got everything. Of course, in 5 minutes, I'm probably gonna remember what I forgot. But I covered basically all of the car. And it is important to note that I know some of you are asking, you know, what I've done to the FRS so that you might be able to replicate it so you can go out and drift. But don't think that. You can literally just take these cars out stock and have a blast out drifting. Like, you guys shouldn't have the mindset that you need to do so many mods to the car, spend so much money on it before you do your first event. TJ Hunt. Well, that brings this video to a close. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like. I know tons of you have been asking for it, so you better hit that like button. And on that note, that is all from me. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Peace.